Hello everybody and welcome to episode 8 of Let's Play Legends of Idleon. In this first clip I'm just showing off the archer talents as I did not do it in one of my previous episodes. And much like the other two classes, you're going to find the damage ability talents on the top row and you're going to find the damage upgrade talents in the middle row. And then you're going to find skill talents pertaining to that class. As this is an archer, the skill talents are going to be pertaining to smithing. I feel as if there's no real point in going over most of the talents. Some of them are useless, some of them aren't. I feel it's just better to show my builds off as I go instead of sitting here and tutorializing it. So I ended up making a copper chestplate for my main character. I'm not really sure why it was in the bank. I'm pretty sure I made it on him, so I don't know why it was in the bank. And I end up selling my orange tea just because they're pretty simple to make and it's just kind of a waste of inventory space at this point. So I believe this is the first time I ended up getting an oak tree card. So it only gives base defense, which could be useful early on if you get lucky enough to get it. But most of the other tree cards give you bonuses to actually woodcutting, and so this is probably the worst card that you can get for that. Also, I was just showing off the death animations in the card menu. If you click on the monster, it shows its death animation, which is pretty cool. Right here, I'm just getting the stingers built. I kind of swap out the AoE from the spear for the more weapon power from the stingers. I do also show off the fact that you can still use abilities with the stingers. You don't have to have a bow in order to shoot your piercing arrow, which is really nice. So I ended up cutting a clip of me just running around trying to upgrade them with upgrade stones. Right here I'm just kind of showing off my messed up talents. I should have went into the polymer limbs for the bonus weapon power instead of just putting everything into the piercing arrow. I feel like you're better off just putting one into each, maybe even putting one into the movement speed one, the strafe, because I believe that also counts towards your AFK gains. And my damage does double, but for some reason I don't sit there and put all my points into sharpened axe before I show off my damage. I don't know what that's about. So as of recording this, I have around 30 episodes backlogged now. Most of the grunt work is done, like thumbnail making and just sorting out the clips and whatnot. I do have to just sit there and voice over and edit them though. So I'm gonna try and get as many episodes out this week as I can. But I will say I'm currently looking for a guild now because I have been in World 2 for like the last month. And yeah, I've been joining guilds and just kind of leaving them just to get the guild boxes or whatever. I didn't feel like it would be a good choice to join a guild without, you know, telling everybody and, you know, giving people a chance to like actually invite me and stuff. So yeah, I'm currently looking for one. Right here, I ended up buying a storage chest upgrade. I believe that's the first one from the first shop. Definitely going to be needing a lot of these. Also, I believe I've mentioned this in one of the last episodes. In order to update your storage capacity tab, you have to leave the map and come back, or just leave the map in general, and then go back and check it and it'll be updated. So if you don't see it in your tab, don't be scared that it's broken or anything. You just have to update it. So with that being said, here's some forward progression. I made it to the Glubbins map, which is the map after the Carrotmans. They dropped the Goblin Ear, which is used for a few things, most notably the Iron Helmet, which is used for the Picnic Daily quest. So you're going to need 10 to 15k of those in order to get the 30 tokens for the title, and you're going to need at least one extra token for the Blunder Hills title, so keep that in mind for the future, and I will definitely go over it then. So right here I ended up getting the 15 strange rocks from the boas. You only need 5 for the quest, but it's nice to get extras for your other characters so you don't have to grind them out yourself, especially on this quest because you have to get to another map, as it's not the map it's currently on. But with that said and done, I finally got the scouting report and brought it back to Scripticus. he gives you some good stuff, and his next quest is to find the forest encampment. You get the inventory bag C and a small material pouch, which I believe it's the only way to get that second material upgrade, as you can't craft it, and the third one is World 2. So right here I'm just upgrading the ore capacity boost. This is definitely one of those things where when you get a lot of money, you're just going to want to kind of funnel all of it into it and then probably forget about it eventually. Also, eventually it kind of gets hard to juggle what you should be doing, whether it's skilling or fighting. And right here I showcase the mining minigame. Basically you just have to jump over the holes and jump on the rocks in order to get points. Sorry for the lag. I think the dialogue box is kind of making me lag right here. I'm not really good at this minigame, nor do I really care to be, but it is a good source of experience early on, as I'm level 9 and it just gave me kind of a decent chunk. So if you're like level 1 or 2 or whatever, it's probably in your best interest to do the minigame just to kind of get to level 4 for your rusty pick. As a side note, there is an achievement on Steam to get a score of at least 103 or more. So if you want free gems, you could do that. And most of the minigames have Steam achievements associated with score. So like if you do want free gems, not too many, maybe there's time candy associated with it too. My only gripe is it's something I would probably grind out, but since there's only a limited amount of minigame plays every day, it just kind of gets annoying, because it does take, at least for me, it takes a few to really get into it and get in the zone, and then by that time I only have a few left. And right here I'm just showing off the secret door that's on the second mining map. It requires 81 mining to get into. And back to the whole minigame thing, the only one right now that is worth doing is the fishing one, because there is a secret title associated with it. I'm not sure if I'll ever really go for that, at least on this account, but if I do, it won't be for quite a long time. But yeah, there's basically 2 quest givers on this map. This is where you mine iron and gold, and I'll talk about it more when, you know, I start mining iron and gold and I start doing the quests, but I just kind of wanted to show some of those things off. And right here, this is kind of the power that you have of grinding things like the strange stones and whatnot early on. After I kill all these, I basically can just zerg all of his quests and get the scouting report without having to sit there and go kill boas and carrot men for their cubes and chop a bleach tree or birch tree, depending on what you want to call it. I mean, in reality, it might not save that much time, because the quest after this, you have to go to the forest encampment, which is the map after the Glubbins. So you basically have to get there on your own still, but getting as many quests done as you can, as fast as you can on a lot of your characters is really good, because it does add up the more characters you get, and it becomes more time consuming later on, to the point where it's very easy to not want to do it just because there's so many, and there's so many like prerequisites, like Stiltz's quests. After a while you have to sit there and AFK out certain monsters and whatnot, and it's just, it kind of deviates from whatever you have planned for that character, and you gotta like set some time aside for, you know, that quest and doing that specific thing. Also, you need to be level 20 in order to use that upgrade bag, so again, it's not really too imperative to sit here and zerg these quests sometimes, but you know, like I said, it's just better in the long run. I'm not sure if I've shown the birch tree off yet, but it's down here on the beans map. But I think this clip was just me failing to show you the chopping ability that is supposed to give you more logs based off a percentage. So this is my 4th character, and as such I just kind of zoom through all these quests, go into your options, do all that little, you know, nuancing. Go to your anvil, start producing thread, make sure to equip your cards, and like I've said before, it gets to the point where there's all these little things that you have to do on your new characters, and by the time I get to my 6th character, which I'm currently on, There's a few things I've forgotten to do, but again, we'll get to that. And this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.